going on, everyone, and welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Noah Shaw, or Fordsixfo, and in today's video we got something a little bit different. I actually picked up a piece of equipment to make life around the property a whole lot easier. So let's go ahead, get headed outside, and check out what we got. Alright guys, here we've got my new 2010 Bobcat T650. Let's go ahead and check it out. And a lot of y'all might have already seen this Bobcat actually on the channel if you stay tuned to the Shop House build series that we actually just finished out. But this thing has been used a lot around the property. Before, everything was super congested. I used it to clear out the land, chop down hundreds and hundreds of trees, pile them up to get them burnt, and then before you were actually not even able to drive around the property at all. I used it to build all the roads, grade everything out, and today we're also using it to go along the new cement pad that we just had placed outside the shop. I'll come over here. We just had this brand new slab poured about 3 days ago. Which helped a lot. All of the bay doors you can finally get into smooth now without a huge bump going in if y'all have seen that previously. It's an 80-foot long by about 25-foot wide, and around all the posts the cement before was kind of junky, so I went ahead and coned it up, and this turned out awesome. I'm super excited for the slab because now for the dealership I can take pictures outside. We also got that decal put up there, a nice black decal for my dealership, Prime Motor Company. But back to the Bobcat. So all around, I've been using this thing a ton. I put hundreds of hours on it. I believe it has about 2,890 hours on it right now as we speak. And of course, with all that hours and all the hard work I put it through, there is a ton of scratches on the outside and minor cosmetic things like the tail lights. And just all around, it's got scratches all along the sides, and some of the paint's kind of just chipping off. And there's a couple sensors I need to fix on it and just small things. So what I actually want to do is go ahead and give this thing a deep clean, degrease it all the way around and in the engine bay, and get it all prepped for a full professional paint job. So let me know down below a color that y'all want to see this thing painted. I'm thinking to do the entire Skidsteer, every single piece all black, and murder it out. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Right now I just actually have the bucket and a FAE rock mill rock crusher that's for sale if any of y'all are interested. It's a brand new 2021 with under 30 hours on it. I use it to mill some of the roads on the property. But I want to go ahead and get a set of forks too in case we ever need them for lifting any pallets or any equipment out of the shop, anything heavy at all. So we also have the scissor lift that's helped a ton to get everything up in the shop. But we had some forks on the Skidsteer. We could use it to pull motors and just make life a lot easier. And as you can see, taking a little bit of a closer look inside, there's just a ton of branches and everything is really nasty in here. I'm going to go ahead and rewrap the seat as well, probably put some new cushions on there and just degrease everything on this thing. We're going to get a new pressure washer over here. A good setup for the shop. But walking around to the back half, one of the best things about these older model Bobcats, especially this one being a 2010, is the motor is entirely pre-def. So you don't have to waste your time filling it up with def, but as you can see back here too, just covered in branches from all that land clearing. So we're gonna have to go ahead, pressure wash it all lightly, put some degreaser on there, use a hand brush, get in all the nooks and crannies all around, and we're gonna have this thing looking brand new in a few days now. And on all of the Skidsteers, it's just little cosmetics like these taillights pop out and everything. I'll probably get some replacements for there. And then under the latch here, popping that cover out of the way, I actually need to get the updated cap for the hydraulic filter. Then that sensor actually is not even connected. So I need to go ahead, fix that connection right there. We'll be good to go. And I gotta say, for what it is and being a 2010, I'm very impressed with the power on it. It's got everything I've ever needed to get done around the property, done with no problem. It pushes over almost anything I've ever needed it to. Huge dead trees and all around the property. It just got this place looking so much more beautiful down there in the valley. You can see, you can finally see through all the way to the bottom. Before, everything was just completely solid around the entire property, and all this area up here too was just trees, and then there was no parking. There's nothing to even get around. So this thing is probably one of the best investments I've ever made. And being a pre-def model, these things hold value like crazy, so it's hard to actually kind of lose money. But I really want to keep this thing around, go ahead and give it a professional paint job, add some Prime Motor Co logos on the back. I'm thinking all black for the paint job. Murdered out. Let me know what y'all think for the paint down below in the comments, because we're actually going to be building a paint booth in my smaller shop around the corner. So let's go check out that and give you some progress on the bigger shop here as well, besides the cement pad. So coming inside the bigger shop right here, I've got a ton of work done since last time that I've showed y'all. It is a little bit of a mess, but we've got some gym equipment over here in the corner. And I started to bag up even more trash, old drywall, all types of stuff right here. Got the Jetta in here, got the Ranger, 4-post lift in the corner that's eventually going to be getting some paint as well. A couple dirt bikes, we got our scissor lift, then we've got the 2022 F250 Platinum any level. And we've got this beautiful 2014 F250 Platinum that's also available on my website, www.primemotorcompany.com/inventory. And I just picked up this 2018 Polaris XB 1000 North Star with full AC and heat that's also available on my website. And I'm located in Central Texas, so check it out as well. And I also finally got my entire toolbox set up, moved over. I went ahead and used the gooseneck trailer and one by one loaded them up with the Skidsteer as well, with the forks hooked up to it and a cushion on the back so we didn't scratch any of the boxes. Strapped them every single time and loaded them up one by one onto the trailer. But I finally got everything organized inside all of my boxes, which took forever, but I'm glad to have all of my tools back in my shop. So that way, when I get some local work, I can stay nice and organized here and get everything knocked out. I've also got some UFO bay lights and a ton of boxes and wire for the shop. I'm starting to do all of the electrical in the entire shop myself. That way I'll have outlets around all of the shop. I'm gonna do it once and I'm gonna do it right. So there's gonna be one there, there, and there. And then on the side right there. And then of course, all of the 3 poles in the center will have them, and I already started to wire them up. You can see all of the bands and everything neatly tied up. I just gotta go ahead and make my connections, but I ran it through the purling for all of these 3 poles. Then I'm gonna repeat the same process on the front poles by the bay doors, and then another one on the side. You can see the boxes all mounted up. And then the hard part, or I guess you could just say tedious part with all this wiring, is I'm gonna be doing 2 bay lights on each of these beams. So 2 there, 2 there, and 2 there. You can see we already got one mounted up right above us, but just getting up there is super tall. These ceilings go up 24 feet. And this guy jack right here is actually just making it so much easier because this thing stretches up all the way to 26 feet. I had to actually put 6 new batteries in it, but now it operates and runs just like it should. So we can use that to extend ourselves up all the way to mount all of these lights and make this job a whole lot easier. And guys, I went ahead and got all of these lights on the high side of the shop wired up neatly and clean. And now we've got everything downstairs super bright and lit up. But enough of the big shop. We're gonna walk out over here, and some of y'all know that I've got this 40-foot by 30-foot shop around the corner. I've basically been trying to figure out what I'm gonna turn this thing into, and I finally got an idea to convert it into an entire full paint booth. So around the corner, I had a concrete pad poured as well on the little and the small shop. We got a little cement pad back here to mount up the air compressors outside. And over here, we're gonna be adding some exhaust fans. Of course, that compressor outside, like I talked about, a huge Ingersoll compressor. And then I'm gonna be taking down all of these old lights and everything and swap in some of my LED hexagon garage kits and some bay lighting and some lighting on the side. We're gonna get everything super bright in here. And then all of the wood on the back, I'm gonna be painting, tidying everything up because there's tons of stuff on the floor and more of my toolboxes and tools, jacks, all types of stuff that need to be cleaned up. So this week I'm going to be starting to kind of tear down this entire shop in here, get it all pressure washed out, cleaned out, and then of course start to make the entire shop a complete paint booth. That way I can start to offer full paint to match jobs like grills, headlights, taillights, everything. Y'all can even ship all your stuff in. And then on top of that, I'll be doing full paint jobs, restorations, touch up, and all types of work. So let me know what y'all think down below in the comments about turning the smaller shop into a full paint booth, because we already have the huge 80 by 60 shop to knock out all of the vehicle repairs and customization. And if you haven't seen the last video, we picked up this single cab 6.7 Power Stroke. I went ahead and put my old American Forces on it, and this truck is for sale on the website as well. Also, that Skidsteer made quick work of grading up all of the sides of the concrete pad with just material that was pushed off the hill when the barn was originally built. Same thing with all the roads. I used material from here and nothing has been hauled in. And the whole slab isn't completely dry yet, but it's starting to get to where we can finally almost pull out all the vehicles. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video, picking up this 2010 Bobcat T650. So if you did enjoy the video, please make sure to leave a like down below, comment, let me know what you thought about the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any of the content restoring the Skidsteer, because we're going to bring it back to life, make it look a whole lot better with that full paint job. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.